Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
Well, that just happened. What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja. Welcome to the New World Podcast. We're going to talk about Raw from last night. What a crazy show. But before we do that, this podcast is fueled. It is powered. It is kept alive by crazyhoodiez.com. Crazy Hoodies with a Z. And all designs are by Big Daddy. Also, go check out his podcast, Big Daddy Forever. Also, check out his YouTube channel, Big Daddy of C Plus Studios. Give him some likes, give him some love, get some merch from crazyhoodiez.com. All right, I'm diving right on in. The starting of Raw starts with Cody talking about, how he's here to fight and he had to do what he had to do. And it's a great promo he cuts, and cut to Seth coming out defeated, wounded, looking like, just looking all sad and whatnot. Comes out, he's like, I still don't like you, but I respect you. And he shakes his hand. The crowd's like, whoa, all right, what's going on there? And I was like, something's coming. And he goes out, hit Cody's music. Cody's going out. The fans are, Cody. And my boy does not disappoint. He comes out with that sledgehammer and right to the back of the head and just attacks that pec. Afterwards, he's a madman. He's crazy. And, Corey Graves is all, this is despicable. This is even too much for me and this and that. And, Seth taking the heat and got the "you suck" chants going. Man, Seth is ahead of his time on being a heel, and his work is just showing here, man. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, well, a little respect, okay, cool. But then as soon as he came out and smashed Cody with that sledgehammer, I was like, okay, that's the Seth I want to see, And I remember talking yesterday about WrestleMania and talking about where we want to go with Cody and whatnot. And, it didn't occur to me that he had to get surgery. It didn't occur to me at all. I just thought this man was just going to go to Money in the Bank and he's going to go win the Money in the Bank and this and that. But after all the news comes out, he has to go get surgery. I think he's getting it Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. And he's going to be out. And I was like, oh man, I didn't put those two and two together. After last night, after Hell in the Cell, I was like, Cody will fight forever, hurt or not, he's going to be there fighting. But we're still human at the end of the day. So Cody's off. Seth, takes the heat, and, they announced too that John Cena will be back here in a few weeks. And I was just like, oh, John, 20 years of Cena. And I remember texting my buddy Penta about that. I was like, damn, 20 years, that's crazy. Also, last night, what really captured me was what happened with Judgment Day. I'm gonna be bouncing all around Raw, but the Judgment Day was a huge surprise when Finn Balor came out and he was announced as the new member. I was like, okay, let's see where this is going. Cutting the promo, and I did not see them turning on Edge like that and beating down Edge and creating the new Judgment Day. And I believe Finn is going to be the leader because he's led a club before, wink wink, and it was, they destroyed Edge. They didn't just simple beat down, whatnot. I think, and everyone's like, is it too soon? you know, and everyone thought they're breaking up the band. No, they just got rid of one of the members, and they're still going to be the Judgment Day and be this unstoppable faction now that you have this pure raw talent. And don't get me wrong, you know, I think Edge leaving the group is the best thing, is best for business, because Edge kind of outshines everybody in that group. You know, it's not on them, it's not on him. It's just true, you know, like it's really hard for people to boo Edge because he's Edge. Remember when he came back in the Royal Rumble, man? And then we were just like, yay, because he has one of the best comeback stories of all time. Man, not being able to wrestle, just like a Daniel Bryan. But still, people, it's like, you really want to get this faction over. You really need to take it in a new direction. And I think getting rid of Edge was the best part of that. And ending Raw with that Fatal 4-Way with, let's see, Alexa Bliss, Doudrop, Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan. Also, great main event right there. But ending it with Rhea winning. And then the stare down to Bianca with the Judgment Day in the ring, man, I got goosebumps. I was like, yeah, give me more of this. This is how you end a show. And I want to know everyone's thoughts out there about the Judgment Day getting rid of Edge. Now it's Finn. You know, hold on, a little juice. Now it's Finn. It's Rhea Ripley, and it's Damian Priest. I think big things can happen. Big things can happen with this group. And at the end, I was happy Rhea won, because Rhea has been really been pushed to the side a lot, and getting put into a tag team with Nikki ASH, almost a superhero. You know, it was like Rhea Ripley's just incredible. You know, I think she's a major talent, and I think that her being back into the picture, the title picture especially, and giving us something different, Bianca versus Rhea Ripley, and the fact you're going to add a little sprinkle of the Judgment Day going to be there. You know, how much are they going to play in that? How many mind games will they play with Bianca? Because this is a new, different challenge for you, Bianca Belair. I'm very excited. Like, this is going to happen at Money in the Bank. This is the first match announced. Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Let me know what you think. I'm hyped for this match, just because it's different, it's new, and we're going in a different direction. And I like that we got not Bailey. We have Becky Lynch, still salty, of course, has to be. She's not in the title picture. It's okay. You want to know why? Because I think they're creating a big feud between her and Asuka, because Asuka's been a pain in her butt. And she came out last night to face Dana Brooke, but the match gets interrupted by the 24/7 championship. You know, everyone's out there. Then Becky's like, no, because Dana Brooke won the title. She's like, no one's winning titles in my matches. This is, you know, and then she challenges Dana Brooke for the 24/7 championship. Of course, she doesn't win. You want to know why? Because Asuka comes out, and just that look that Becky gives Asuka was terrifying, because I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna murder Asuka. And I think that's what you need to do. We don't need titles for this feud. We don't need anything. We just need these two to fight. And you could build a program around that and build a story and have, you know, another trilogy as well, but it's Asuka versus Becky. You know, let the each match have a different build, like, you know, stipulation and stuff like that. I think we can definitely get a really great feud with these two, and it doesn't need titles. It just needs pure talent like they are. So let me know what you think about that. Also, the big tag team match, the Usos versus my boys, the Street Profits, because we want the smoke. And I love the Usos too, so we the ones, you know, put them ones up in the air. The Bloodline. Come on. When this match was announced, it was just like, it's a banger. It's a banger, bro. Street Profits, Usos, they know each other. They know each other so well. And I like what they did in the starting. Right out the gate, the Street Profits just went quick, fast, beat down, taking the Usos off their game, and just coming in, bam, 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 to the point to where the Usos were getting frustrated because they couldn't get the upper hand. Then finally they got the upper hand, and it was just a classic tag team match. And when the Street Profits won, I thought the finish was weird. The Usos losing to a count out, because the way it was done, and he got to the ring and all of a sudden count out, and I was like, wait, what? Oh, okay, sure. But it's now the Street Profits have an opportunity to face the Usos for the United Tag Team Championships, and I'm just like, all right, just give me more of that. And then of course here comes Riddle. Why? Because Riddle has beef, and he has beef with the Bloodline because they took out Randy, and he's talking about taking out Roman and taking his title, take something away from the Bloodline, taking away something from Roman, like how they took away Randy from him. And Riddle's shining, man. I'm really happy he's shining. I love Riddle. I think Riddle's he's just fun, but when he gets serious, and he knows when to put down a promo and get the business, like he did with the Miz earlier in the show. And that was great. They called Miz Tiny Balls. That made me laugh. Because Miz and Maurice have their show, Miz and Mrs., that debuted last night, 2 episodes in a row. I stopped watching that show after the 2nd season. I'm not a big into reality or anything of that nature, so we'll see what happens. I'm excited for Riddle. I want to see what happens with Riddle, and I feel like if all the cards are laid right, especially with SmackDown coming up, we're going to see Riddle versus Roman for the title. I know they said Roman's off until SummerSlam, unless we're going to get Riddle versus Roman, even though I was like Bobby versus Roman. It would only, so storyline wise, it would make more sense to have Riddle be the next one to go up against Roman, because they've been building Riddle a lot. So let me know what you think in the comments below about that. Would you like to see Riddle versus Roman? I would love to see Riddle versus Roman, but I know the end results is he's going to get smashed. He's going to get bagged, tagged, sent off, because that title is not coming off Roman Reigns anytime soon. But it would be a great match, great marquee, great for business. Raw, though, like I said, 3 hours. There's only a few things I skipped, but overall, great show. I think I still wish we can go back to the 2 hours, because I think SmackDown has that right formula for 2 hours, but it's a lot. And Bobby, my boy Bobby, he cut a great promo, and I think Roman versus Bobby is the way to go, especially for SummerSlam. If I missed anything about Raw, let me know in the comments below, but those were the big things, and the Judgment Day was huge for me. What's funny is, like, when I talked about Hell in the Cell and they talked about the 3-on-3 match they had at Hell in the Cell, and how I wasn't invested into the Judgment Day. I thought they were cool. I thought, I was like, all right, cool, it's Edge is a little faction he's got going. But now that Edge is out of the equation and you have these three, I'm in. I'm in. Give me a t-shirt that says Judgment Day on it. I'm last night ending the show with them looking right at Bianca Belair, and Bianca Belair is like, oh, okay, well, I can't, the excitement in my heart, in my whole body is just like, all right, Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, Money in the Bank. Let's go, Dan. So those are the big things that came out of Raw for me. Let me know what you think. They showed the Money in the Bank's briefcases hanging above the ring, but nothing really settled yet for the Money in the Bank. Also, too, if there's something I missed that you thought you really liked from the show for Raw. Let me know. Is there something you didn't like? If it's something you disagree with me on, let's talk, and I'll bring it up on the next time I do another New World podcast. And after that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember, the New World podcast for life, brother.
Are ready to shed the last bit of limitations holding us back, which is you.